somebody took a peek. I come here for a while answering questions. So if you have anything, I don't know if you know my work, but I've been around for about 40 years helping people get government grants and other sources of free money. I've written about 100 books on this subject, a bunch of New York Times bestsellers, and been a financial columnist. And you may have seen my infomercials where I act crazy on TV. But I'm here today. I want to help people by giving you sources of money and help to do anything you want or solve financial problems. I really believe that there are sources like that, whether it's government, nonprofit organizations, or now in the internet, what's going on in the internet. I'm very happy, thank you. It is. Oh, sorry, I got a little bubble in my throat there. But I just want to share what I know about all this stuff, because there is so much. I mean, and it's not easy. So you have to dig at this stuff, and there's like probably about 40,000 programs out there. I've collected over 20,000 just in the government. And that's what's available for people. So anything you want to start a business, buy houses. You want to go back to school, you want just free money to live on while you're doing something in life, or want to do something in life, and looking for free money to live on. I mean, that's what, I think most of us are stuck in something that we hate. So if you hate your job or you don't have a job, I could show you where to get help. I mean, whether it's free training, whether it's extra money to pay your bills, or you're in financial trouble, and not to go to these payday loan people, because there are other programs, from nonprofits and local governments, that give money for free that you don't pay back, And I've interviewed thousands of people in the last couple of years. I've interviewed about 700 people who've used government programs like crowdfunding and the shared economy and peers things to do things. And this is all free stuff to improve your life. And that's what I'm really trying to do, is show people about tools that are available in society that can improve your life. And they're not traditional tools. I mean, you want to go to Harvard or something like that. Everybody knows about that, or we all follow the same goddamn thing, and it doesn't work a lot of times for most of us. So I think when those traditional things aren't working, you have to try non-traditional things, and that's what I'm showing people how to do. Because I do research every day. I do custom research for people who hire me, and I find stuff for them, and I love finding stuff. So what I'm trying to do here in forums like this is share what I've learned during the week. And like I said, I've written 100 books on it. I had a syndicated column for the New York Times, and Good Housekeeping magazine, and Chicago Tribune, and been on most talk shows, actually 10 years ago. That you can imagine. Oprah, I did a bunch of times in New York. The Today Show, and Larry King, Letterman, I've been on a half a dozen times. So all these things, and really, because the guy who think I'm gay, why? Because I have a good fashion sense? Is that why? Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'm here to help today. So give me a question. What are you looking for help to do? Let me show off. Come on. I know stuff that people really don't run into, because see, the good stuff is not advertised. If you go to Google and look for a government grant, you're not going to find them. What you're going to find are people like me who are selling you things, how to find government grants. And so you think they're not there, and you won't take advantage of the stuff that's really out there. Because see, the good stuff is not advertised on Google. Excuse me, because they don't have advertising money. They're giving away money. See, the people who make money from you on Google, how do I get a grant for upgrading the equipment of my small business? Okay, you may or may not be able to get a grant for that, okay? But what you can get is help upgrading it. You can get training money as a grant to learn about new equipment. You can get a grant to travel overseas and get customers for your business. You can get actually a contract. Going back to school over 50. Okay, we'll do that too. You can get low interest or even zero interest loans to buy equipment for your business. You can get, if you have any product to sell, you can get a $50,000 contract to start a business, and that you don't have it. So that's like getting a job for $50,000. That's what you really want to do. You have to remember, to me, is getting contracts, getting grants for business is a little shaky because it takes a lot of effort, for grants that you don't have to do anything for, and it takes the same amount of effort to get a contract, and a contract is something you could keep getting forever. The name of books, I don't have books anymore. It's all online, and you go to lesko.com/research. Let me get a sheet, hold on. I didn't come prepared. But anyway, is that the right way or is that backwards for you guys? I don't know if I could fix it if it is backwards. But lesko.com/research. And if you want a free download, I have, oh, perfect. Okay, good. A free download is at lesko.com/5free. And if you go there, you could download a free video report that shows you how to start finding free money and help for anything, and that's important. Okay, for people, somebody who wanted to go back to school at 50, I think that's very important. Now, there's a couple places to start. Number one is your local workforce development. I assume you want to go back to school for 50 to get a training and skills. Now, we've come in this country because we want to get what do you call it? We're not getting skills. We're getting oh, gee, why did I forget the name? Prestige for some reason. I went to Harvard or something. And after 5 years, that doesn't make any difference. So what you want to do is get the skills. And you could get degrees even for free that are first class from great universities. Here's places to start. One is in your county government. If you Google right now the name of your county, like I live in Montgomery County, Maryland. So I would put Montgomery County, Maryland, workforce development. Montgomery County, Maryland, workforce development. Just put that in your Google. Okay, you'll have a workforce development office. Every county has them. They get federal money to give to you to train for a better job. And most of it is like short-term training. So maybe this is good. You want to be a cybersecurity expert or something like that. Well, you could take a course for 6 months and be, and the government pays for it, and you be an expert and get a damn good, starting job for something like that. So that's a workforce development thing. Also, there's if you're after a degree, there's a great university called University of the People. It's all online. You can get a bachelor's degree in business, in computers, and in healthcare, and also get an MBA there. And actually, they're hooked up with like University of California, Berkeley. They're hooked up with a lot of universities. This is a great opportunity to go to school. And what they have there too is it's free. I mean, I think you apply for $60, but every course is free unless you want to take the test to get a degree. So if you take the test to get a degree, that's like $100. So it's still maybe $2,000 a year or something like that, or a semester. It's still a fraction of what they cost. The one thing not to do, at least in my mind, this is a biased opinion, is don't go to a for-profit university. For-profit universities are just there to get your money, to get you to go into debt, and you never get out of debt. And they get all your money, you get all the debt, and you usually get a crap degree. I mean, sure, they'll have testimonials about how this guy became the head of IBM or something. But anybody get a testimonial. I've been doing commercials for a long time, and that's right. You can find a weirdo on anything and put him on the air. And so that's available. The other thing is, you always start with your local community college, particularly if you want skills, because now there are so many skills you can get in the short term that give. Like we're at least in this where I live, they need sleep apnea technicians. Sleep apnea technicians, for like a year or so of skill training and things like that, and then you become this technician. It's a growing field. See, the problem is you don't know the fields that they're hiring people in, stuff like that. So remember, online, you're worried about the SATs or whatever. If you have to take an SAT because you want to go to a more traditional college, you go to Khan Academy, SAT Prep. That's a free course. Is there anything to help with the student loan debt? Yes, there is. And don't go to anybody on the internet or who calls you on the phone or sends you an email that is going to help you with your student loan debt. What you want to do for student loan debt is contact the consumerfinance.gov. This is the government office that regulates all the consumer finance. Let me make sure that that's the one. Consumerfinance.gov. Consumer. Okay, they lay out all your options. Yes, that's it, consumerfinance.gov. You go there and you put in student debt, okay? They lay out your options, whatever. Maybe you have to do something else. Let me see, let me put student debt, STUD, and the EBT. Student debt highlights, consumer finance, okay. Repay student debt. That's what you want to put in. Repay student debt. It takes you to a step-by-step options on repay student debt. Okay. And don't go to any of these people that are on the internet. They say they're going to help you. All they're going to do is make $400 or $500 from you, and it's the same thing. That's all that people could do. And then also in this. In the consumerfinance.gov, you'll see it. They have an 800 number there for an ombudsman. So you could also, if you have a problem, that's somebody you could call. That's free. Let's see, student debt ombudsman. OMBUDS. I think that's how you spell it. I flunked English in college, and I have 2 New York Times bestsellers. Contacting the student aid debt. Yeah, okay, that's you could. Yeah, there's the 800 number there. Okay, here's their phone number: 877-557-2575. Let me get a pen or something. Okay, let me get you. So you go to consumerfinance.gov. You do research. Repay student debt, and here's the ombudsman: 877-557-2575. Okay, can you see that? 877-557-2575. Okay, you got that? Okay. Okay. Now, so also remember, going back to the person after 50 who wants to get college, go to your local community college, the best deal in town, 877-557-257. Yes, sir, you got it. Okay. And because they will tell you what's in demand, for that. There's also nonprofit organizations that give free training for people who want to get trained in skills. And they're a little hard to find because they get grants, and again, they don't advertise. If you see advertising for any kind of skill training, it'll be people who want to get your money. But if you call this, or not, you could call 211 or go to 211.org. Okay, 211, you call them, and you're looking for job training. And they could be helpful in helping you point to free training, like we have people in town here where I live. Man, you could take like a 6-10 week course in computers with not even a high school degree and come out and start a job at 40 grand a year. I mean, that's terrific. Or even cybersecurity, for 6 months, with no degree background and start work at 50K, doing that. So there's these kinds of things that are around. So job training is what you're after, and that's it. You could find it at 211.org. The other thing people don't realize is the value of your congressman. Wow. Or congressperson, whatever it is, yeah. But they are just invaluable. This is probably the most important resource you have in your community to get help in our society, because they are the only person in your community that has a motive to help you. Everybody else will help you if you give them money, And it's hard to get sometimes help from people who don't ask for money from you, and that's the problem. You don't trust the motives of the people only doing it for money. And sometimes the people doing it not for money are hard to get a hold of. But Congress is different. See, Congress they get your vote. So, and also they have access to all these nonprofit organizations and to all the government offices, because everybody's coming to them and they want the vote and they want to make everybody happy, because the more people they make happy and do favors for, the more they get reelected. That's why. And they have secret phone numbers to all these government offices and nonprofits and everything, that they get their phone calls answered, so then you can so they can help you very easily. They just hook you up with the money you need or the help you need or whatever, and then when you get it, you'll vote for that son of a gun no matter what they do. Yeah. And that's what's fun. So you use that. I mean, we all need help, and so if you think the government's full of beans or whatever, and you want nothing to do with it, that's fine, but it ain't going away. So it's sort of like the expressways. They're a pain in the butt, but it's probably still the fastest way to get anywhere. So that's how I see these government offices and things like that. It's still probably, and that's why every rich person in this country uses these things. That's why here where I live in Washington, D.C., the town is full of them, and they're all trying to influence. And that's the problem. I thought this new president would be more for the average person, but it looks like all the deals he's doing is for rich people. I think they have enough already. We don't have to take care of the rich people anymore. They're getting a bigger piece of the pie, and the way they do it is by changing the rules so they make more money. Like, you could go bankrupt if you're a company and not have any repercussions, but if you're a person and go bankrupt, you still got to pay your student loan. It's just still, they could take your Social Security and all this kind of stuff. So it's the system's rigged in a bit. But if you want to change it, that's something else. What I'm trying to do is educate people about the realities of the system and where the cracks are. See, I think cockroaches live longer than dinosaurs, and I think they're around in human nature along the same period of time. We had cockroaches and dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs are gone, right? The cockroaches are still here. Because they live off crumbs, and that's why you want to be a big multi-million company, gazillion company or whatever. Then you become a dinosaur and you won't be able to keep going. But if you're a little guy, you're living off crumbs, nobody pays attention. You got a little million over here, a little million over there. And there's so many crumbs in the system that you could gather up. It just makes life a lot more interesting instead of fighting like all the big dinosaurs are. It's sort of Godzilla versus whoever other big dinosaur is or whatever. And so, just the crumbs. You say small and live off the crumbs. There's lots here. Yeah, millions of bucks. Enough, right? But see, for big corporations, that's peanuts. They can't afford to be bothered with that. So who else has another question? They want to get. I found something recently about a government bank that I never paid attention to, Federal Home Loan Bank Board. I never paid attention to that, and I'm doing a lot of research reports now for, I'll show you over 100 money programs that's available in your city. See, most government programs are really local because it's federal money, but it goes to the state, goes to the county, goes to the city, and also nonprofits there. So finding those, the big books I used to do, were just more of national programs, so it was hard to get there. So now I'm doing custom research, so you have, what's available locally. But what's more important about that is I never paid attention for the Federal Home Loan Bank Board, because to me it was almost like the Federal Reserve, that they just help other banks so that an individual could never touch. I mean, you can't go to the Federal Reserve Bank and ask for a loan. No, you go to the bank because that's where they're putting the money and with the help of the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Home Loan Bank Board is the same thing. So I never paid attention to it. And by the way, they're a .com. So it's Federal Home Federal FHLBANKS. Okay, FHLBANKS. Federal Home Loan Bank Board. Let me make sure I got that right. But I'm going to tell you about some grant programs for housing there. FHLBANKS.com. See, it's also, my instincts are, in telling people how to find things on the web is never go to a .com. Just ignore them, because it's too hard to find the ones. Otherwise, it's everybody trying to get money from you. And there's too much free money given out. And the free money given out is not by .coms. It's by either .govs, G-O-V, or .org. So let me... Okay, so that's what you want. It's either .com, .gov, G-O-V, or .org. I like my chicken scratch there. They're the ones. Forget .coms, okay? Okay. .com, no! So forget .com, it's just here. .gov and .org, okay? And so FHLBANKS.com. And when you get there, you'll see they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 regional banks. And veterans have started, okay, money grants for veterans. Okay, we'll do that a little later. But they have regional banks, and what you do is you go to the regional bank site, and then you look at community development, because then they have special programs for individuals for community development. It'll be things like grant money for veterans too, like just to fix up your house, to get $40,000 to fix up your house. Now, every regional program is different. So where you are, it'll be different for when somebody else is. But the kinds of programs are, whether it's fix-up money, grant money they don't have to pay back, down payment money, or money to buy foreclosed property and fix it up. So they give you, a whole bunch of money to buy the property and fix it up too. So that kind of thing. And see, but you can't apply to the Federal Home Loan Bank, regional bank near you, but you find the listings of banks from them to apply for it. Does that make sense? So that's what you have to do. You go to the Federal Home, FHLbanks.com, you go to your region, and then in that bank, you go to community development, find out what they have for community development programs, and then you see the list, the ones you want, then you find, what about Fix Up Home? Yes, okay, we'll do that too. So we vet and fix up. Yes, and then they have fix-up money there too, but there's other places too. I'll cover in a little bit. And then you find the programs there, but then you have to go back to your regional Federal Home Loan Bank to find out, get a listing of banks in your area that have that grant money. See, that's the problem. You know, it's all, it takes a little effort. And also for real estate investors, you want to start a big conglomerate business. Yeah. The money set aside to do that. They're trying to encourage people to develop housing, particularly for low-income, moderate-income housing. That's for people making like 50 grand a year or so, you know, kind of thing. So that's what's called moderate income. Website again. Let me get a better marker. Okay. FHLBANKS dot FHLBANKS.com. Okay. I'm running out of paper already. Okay, I'm back. Okay, okay, veterans. Okay, here's, I think, the best place that every veteran should be aware of. You Google this, you put in your county name. So if you're like, I'm in Montgomery County, you put in Montgomery County, Maryland, and then veterans, VETERNS, service, SERVICE, office. Actually, it's Veteran Service Officer. Okay, so the name of your county, okay, and your state, and then you put in Veteran Service Officer. These people, and I have a video of this report that come out, the people who help veterans at these county offices get double the amount of money for veterans than anybody else. You know. They're just good at it. I mean, it's like me. I mean, I've been researching things for 40 years, so I'm obviously better at it, could find things you never even think of. Somebody like who's already hit 100 home runs is going to figure out how to hit a baseball faster than, I've never done this before. And once in a while, you get lucky and do it. But that's the other way. But see, these people don't charge anything for that, too. See, that's the other thing. There's all these people trying to make money off of veterans. Don't go to a school that they say that, you know, because these for-profit schools are getting your money, you know, because you're getting grant money. No. Don't. And also, you know, what's interesting, too, I mean, is that you should also do is, in starting a business, is that people don't realize there's help for anybody. See, you should be, I think, you as a veteran, it should be the first in line, not only for veterans programs, but for any program. You know, veterans program, and let's say this, there's 17,000 programs in the government. Okay, so there's maybe a dozen for veterans. But what about the other 17,000? That's why I think you should be first in line for all of them too. You know, and that's why. So just don't go to veteran stuff. Find out what's there, but do for, you know, everything. I used to give talks over at Walter Reed Hospital before it was closed down. They just moved it really a couple blocks away. Because that's what I feel. I mean, if you're going to, you know, put your ass on the line for the rest of us, man, you should be first in line for anything this country has to offer. So that's why if it's for housing, just don't look for government programs, look for other things. And actually there's, I was looking at that Federal Home Loan Bank. It's also for spouses of veterans too. So a lot of this money that's available is also for spouses. But again, don't stop there. You know, as a spouse of a veteran, man, what you got to do now is contact your local county. I mean, your community college. Find out what kind of programs they have. Go get it, because you probably don't have to pay. I mean, unless you're making a lot of money. I mean, you got a Pell Grant that pays for everything, and you even have extra money to spend. So now you get in a career or whatever, and also you get a career on a skill. Not a 4-year arts degree. I mean, if you want to grow your brain, but we need skills. I mean, and that's what's Veteran Service Officer. You know, like Officer, yes, sir. I was in the Navy 3 years, 2 months, 9 days. And truthfully, I never had more responsibility again for the rest of my life. Yeah. I was a 2-bit kid out of college. They sent me the OCS, learned how to drive ships around the South China Sea. Yeah. Wow. And now I'm just a 2-big huckster selling stuff. You know. And you know, they're billion-dollar ships they give you. So it's an incredible experience. You can't get anywhere else. But also the benefit society. I mean, that's just one thing. But to me, there's so many other benefits. You just don't assume, you know, you're only going after the benefit. No, no. Donald Trump is first in line for all the benefits. His first $1 million deal is with a government property in Cincinnati. Now, he went to military school, but he never went to the military, and he's like my age, so he found out a way around it. I was too stupid. Actually, when I came back, appreciate your husband, sir. Oh, thank you for telling that. Doesn't matter. You have pension. Yeah, well, whatever. You know, I mean, it's. There's just a lot of problems to solve in our communities everywhere. There's a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of help if you know where to look for it. And also, not only on the government programs, on the internet, there's so many ways now. Look at here. I'm talking to you, you know, for free, right? So I'm really like making a sales call. I'm in business to sell stuff, but I'm educating you so people realize, you know, what's available out there for them. And if I could help them, that's great. But this wasn't available, and the internet has just changed the economy for everything. Then they only give for veterans if you have can they give for veterans if you have, yes, most veterans do have pensions. Don't assume. Never assume. That's what gets us into trouble. You could think of 50 reasons why people won't give you the money, you know. And then you'll sit home and do nothing for the rest of your life, you know. And that's silly. To me, that's sort of like me going, you know, when I was a teenager, you know, going to a dance or something at the high school and looking at some pretty girl across the gymnasium or something, and I'd say, boy, there's 15 reasons why she'd say no for me to ask her for a dance, right? So I could dream up 50 reasons or 100 reasons or whatever, you know, because I'm stupid, I'm ugly, I'm dumb, I'm this. Yeah. but until I go over and ask, I really don't know. And taking somebody else's opinion, like my buddies, who just make fun out of me anyway, and your family just wants to protect you. Don't ask her out. She'll just say no and you'll be hurt. Yeah. But no, you go over and ask. So she says no. Are you hurt? No. You learned. And if she said yes, wow, you're a winner. So that's the only way to get ahead. You know, we sit here and we ask and the experts don't know. So that's our friends and loved ones. We say, well, they don't know anything about this. So we go for an expert. They don't know shit either. Look what happened to Wall Street. Look what happened to the real estate market. Look what happened to the election. You know, all the experts said opposite. You know, and it just wasn't so, was it? You know, so screw them. Find out for yourself. If there's a potential, you know, then that's where opportunities are, where nobody else sees them. Everybody else thinks they're dumb. Don't do that. That's dumb. Well, you're right. And look at all the dumb people making a lot of money. So go out and be a dummy. Fall on your ass. Do stuff like that. Because that's the only way you're going to do anything. Because nobody knows what works anymore. You know, and you have to do things like that. Or else you wind up doing nothing.